And today we'll be talking about Azziad Nasenya. She was born on June 16th, 2000. Basically making her, she's turning 23. She rose to fame, in the year 2020 after her dance on TikTok from the song Utawezana by Femi One and Major. You guys heard that, right? It was a banger. All the Kenyan, my Kenyan people watching, you've heard that, or even East African people, or international, you never know. So the challenge went viral, leading to many mimicking and vibing to this challenge. And as a plus, making the original song, hit big numbers, viewership wise. I think it got around 13-14 million views on YouTube, and stream wise as well, basically meaning like on Spotify and iTunes, maybe a Boomplay. Yeah, pretty sure it got big numbers. So those people really got good money from that. But you will think that she'd be a one hit wonder, but really no, not at all. She's got real waist. Like, girl can move waist. Like we say here in Kenya. Kuzungusha kiuno. I know you guys know that, yeah. I know you know that, and so many dancing videos, more actually, were released on the basis. And again, people were vibing to it, and were mimicking and all that kind of stuff. Just this leading to more prominence and just more virality, if that makes sense. She truly is a definition of what you see on TV, where you'd sleep, wake up, and maybe you are now rich, a millionaire, and that all that kind of stuff. Literally, we've seen in movies, one person waking up, and then from like rags to riches story. It's basically the same thing. Yeah. I asked myself why she became famous, and why not me? Why not me? I back then I used to do these challenges on Instagram. You do remember the don't rush challenge, where you change your clothing, put the brush, that I used to do that thing, yeah. But I came to an understanding that everyone has that their grace. And yeah, just listen to this speech, and you know why I changed my point of view about her.
Who expressed that my fooling around wouldn't take me anywhere. I was hurt. I was discouraged because for me, my talent was the only life game plan that I had. So I set out to work hard, prove them wrong, and become a star. Now, it is one thing to want to become something, and it is another to get there. So one day we get this announcement that we are to relocate to the big, bad city. Can you guess? Nairobi, of course. Fast forward, we move. And when we get here, I realize, boom, we've officially relocated to the ghetto. Whew, things were tough and tough. Then now you have to worry about insecurities, seeking basic amenities, that you have to speak in a certain way in order to be understood, in order to just fit in. So we lived in Nairobi for a while. So in the middle of changing cities, changing schools, making friends, losing some, I realized that the only constant that I had in my life was me, the dreamer. So when I got to high school, I decided to take charge of my life, take control of my dreams, because while change inevitably happens to you, for you to achieve your goals and dreams, you must make it happen for yourself.
Through Azziad Nasenya, subjectively speaking, has opened a gateway for others to express themselves on social media. Examples being David Moya, the guy with the limbo, the guy, Ajib Gadhoni, Mark Moas, and many, many more. I've really, seen that, through social media, we can earn a living, we can do great things as a young generation, through her internet prominence. She has been able to work with brands such as Techno, Beak, just to name a few. Also turned a YouTuber, and radio hosting at Sound City. So girl got bread. She's making her money, making moves, at a young age. And hopefully, she's just investing and doing all these great things, that she's supposed to do. Yeah, I made this video, because she is one of those people that really inspires me, as a young person, to really go out there, do your thing. I play football or soccer, I don't know, whatever terminology you use. I'm doing YouTube as well. I'm a business manager, so all these entities, learning a new language, Espanol, yo hablo español, see, yeah, you see, uh she's shown me that, dreams do come true. It's not a matter of, staying there and just, not doing anything, but, going out there and doing something, showing people your art, your creativity. That is one thing that the youth, or people nowadays don't remember. And I know she might have gone, viral, and all of us, also want to go viral on, like on the spot. But I guess, everyone has that grace, as I've said from earlier. And she's using that grace, to her advantage, because, one day she'll, be forgotten, and a new name, will come to prominence, will come into that limelight, compared to her. So, at least she's doing what she's doing. You get me, guys? So yeah, one thing to, to learn from her is, when you get that, opportunity, use it as much, like exploit it as much as possible. I guess have the right people around you, because, she, I'll put, I think up an article about it, where she talks about how, her friends, really leaked her number, and a lot of stuff, went on. She also had this, moment where, there was this tape, very weird, sex tape, leaked about her. But thankfully it was not her. And yeah, she's still going strong, and, she's cut off a lot of people. She yeah, I'm pretty sure she has, she's talked about it, from my understanding at least. I hope you'll also, get it in my own point of view or not. But anyway, your grace is your grace. No one has that grace. It's yours. Be in the right mindset, and when that opportunity comes, use it to your advantage. Anyway, guys, that has been it. Hopefully you all guys, learn something, from this video. I'll see you guys in a bit. Please do subscribe, like, and comment, and tell me what you want to see in this channel, video, stories, whatever, man. I'm bringing it all in, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.